Well, hey there, everybody. Rhonda Boyle here. I'm a pro and evangelist member of the soar.com platform, and I am delighted to bring back again Delilah Cordova with Omnipresence Studios. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is an experienced digital marketer, a Kajabi expert, and an online course creator for entrepreneurs and coaches. She is driven by a passion to help us grow our businesses, and she has created sales funnels for her clients that generate thousands and thousands of dollars in revenue. Welcome, Delilah.
Hi, everybody.
So listen, today, you know what we're going to talk about is how to build out a premium offer. And some coaches might be going, I don't even know what that is. So everybody who has joined us live, I have put a document in the chat box, and you're welcome to grab that and download it. That's going to be the guide that Delilah is using. And Delilah, where can those who are joining us on the replay find this information? Where should we go to get direct them?
Direct them to me, because this is kind of exclusive type deal, because this comes in my 6-week course. Yeah. So everybody who is here right now is going to have an opportunity to have a class with me directly out of my 6-week course. So if they want this, they're going to have to come to me for it. Make sense?
Yes, except that people are telling me they cannot find the document.
Uh-oh.
Can you scroll up to the chat in the chat box? Let me put it in there again. It says share file in meeting, and I think I'm doing it right. And okay, Michelle Gunn got it, and I just put it back in there again. There it is. Yes. Okay, good. Hey, Barry, good to see you. Susan, glad you're here. All right, so you guys grab that document, and then, I'm sorry, tell me again, Delilah, where everybody can well, you know what? They just may not get it because it's secret. Hush, hush. Huh? Okay, it is exclusive. So let's start out helping us understand, how we even begin with creating a premium offering, something that we're going to offer people that is of clearly high value. Tell us what you need to know first.
Well, guys, the first thing you're going to need to know is how you're structuring your business, so that you know how your sales funnel is going to look and what opt-in would fit with what you're offering. Because you want things to build on each other. You want it to be consistent. You want it to make sense. Because you don't want to create one resource guide that has nothing to do with what you're going to upsell people to.
Mm-hmm. So you have to have in mind what you're going to have. What you want is the final product, so to speak. So what is the final product? Is it a package? Is it a workshop? So that's the first thing that we have to identify.
Yes. And it's absolutely important. So I'm going to share my screen because I have the little workbook up. One moment here. Application window. There we go. And so you guys can see the little window. You guys can see that?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So you guys, the first thing I like to talk about is your value ladder. Now every coach is different and at different stages of their business at the moment, right? Some people are just getting started. Some people have something started, but it's not ready, or they have already a bunch of different little courses and a ton of content out there. They just don't know how to bring it in so that it can be working for them automated and continuously. Okay. So for the example that I have here, this is, I work with a lot of authors who happen to be coaches or who happen to be entrepreneurs. And this is a typical customer lifetime value ladder that they use, right? They have their book, so they do a free shipping and book offer, and then they upsell the audio. Then they have the home study course, and then they have their 6-week certification course. then they do their 3-day live event, and then they, eventually get people into their personal coaching and or masterminds or retreats and all those different things that coaches like to offer. So you want to, basically build out that process first. What does that look like? Now, when you're making your ladder here, you want to make sure you start with, the time frame, and then, if your y-axis, y-axis. I always have to remind myself I'm not algebra whiz. So y-axis is your time, and then the x is your value. So as, time goes on with this customer, your value should be going up as well as they are getting more adjusted to know, liking, and trusting you and purchasing your services at higher packages. Okay?
Mm-hmm. So we're kind of looking at what you're looking at here, or to help me make sure I understand, that when you're talking about a customer lifetime value ladder, you're talking about a client who comes in, we've never heard of them, they've never heard of us, and they start somewhere. It's really working through the steps, if you will, of how we would take them from a first hello to, our greatest, biggest product.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as you can see at the lower level, that it's something for free. Russell Brunson started the free and shipping thing. Everybody knows that. But, whatever, this doesn't have to be a book offer. This can be any type of freemium that you want to give out for people to opt into. Sometimes, for coaches, they always think that their freemium should be a 30-minute coaching session. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't think that is a very good thing to do, because that's a lot of time that you're giving away that doesn't need to be given. Okay. I think that as a coach, you should stick to, if you're going to do a small ebook, if you're going to do a white paper, a resource guide, maybe an audio, 4-day video course, those work really, really well. There's many video courses that you can deliver over email if you don't have a super elaborate system. But there's several other things that you can offer at that level, and then sell your time. You don't want to give people too much of your time for free. And then a lot of people, some people will sign up for the free time with you, but I don't think it's as tasty as a lead magnet as it used to be. Because they don't know why, they can't value your time just yet, because if they're online and they're just getting to know you, then they're like, I don't even know if I want to talk to this lady yet. So you got to give them the incentive to want to talk to you. And that's what your lead magnet and your first opt-in offer should do.
So if you're offering coaching, like a 30-minute introduction coaching session, if you think about it, you have to go through the complete sales cycle. You got to figure out what's wrong with the client, where's their challenge, what product or service you have that can help them. And then you have to pitch that all in 30 minutes. And pretty much that doesn't always happen, or it happens rarely, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I don't believe that happens. I feel like when you go direct to a coaching session, what happens is you get behind screen with somebody, and then you're still trying to figure each other out, and they don't know who you are, you don't know who they are, and you don't even know if they're a good fit, at that point. Because you may have, I teach in my group that they need to start with like a market research, they need to, send out a survey, learn their customers' pain points, and do all that pre-marketing, that pre-marketing research prior to creating their opt-ins. And it's because you want to make sure that you're targeting the right people, but just because you're targeting the right people doesn't mean it's going to bring the right people in through your funnel. Makes sense? So, that 30 minutes for free is to me, it's like an awkward situation for both ends. And I feel like it's a waste of time nowadays, to be honest with you.
Yeah, think about you guys who are here with us. Just think for a minute how many free coaching sessions you've given away And then how many of those have you actually converted into a long-term client that actually brings real money into your business?
I would like to know who is using that model currently. And I would like to know who is having success with it and who is not, or if they are, I want to hear that from your group here. I want to see as far as marketing research for myself.
Lisa Rice says she's never given away free time.
Good.
Yeah, Barry says he was offering, but nobody took him up on it. I've had several calls where I do have a discovery call on my page for 20 minutes. And I haven't really gotten any clients off of it. I'll just say, quite frankly, it's really for me to have people who really kind of I'm interested in talking to them, and that's why I have that on my website. So let's see. Tamara says the practice actually prevented her from launching a coaching business for 15 years.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Susan says nobody's taken her up on it. Martin says he offers a 30-minute complimentary, and if they want more, they can continue to play. No one ever stopped at 30 minutes and walked away. So meaning, Martin, that you were able to convert them right now. Well, should we continue and then you get a paycheck from them? Is that what you're saying? Okay, Alan says she has actually offered it and gotten to clients. She does clients and has gotten classes. I've done classes. Elisa does this, and she recently has gotten a client. Paige says she does not offer free coaching. It's a get to know each other. So yeah, that's what my discovery is to check to see if we're a good fit. But what I hear you saying, Delilah, is that something like that would even come after.
Yeah. Your 30-minute consultation call should be something that's after you've pre-qualified them. So your opt-in will, create that interest, drive that, that want to know more about you, but then, building them up into, actually becoming a lead is what, you want to get them to. And that's where your discovery call would come in. Discovery calls are a little bit different than that 30-minute free deal to me, because, you're at the point where they want to do business. You want to do business with each other, I would believe, once you do the discovery call.
Okay.
But anyway, we're talking about opt-ins here, but yeah.
Got it.
So those, like I said, it's hit or miss for some people it works, some people it doesn't, it all, it depends on how everybody has their system worked up and how they're already upselling people into what they're doing. Some people already have a really good online presence. So when they have these 30-minute sessions, people are more, already in like with you. So they're more apt to purchase.
They're in like with you. They're not in love with you yet.
They're in like with you.
There you go. All right, great.
So, I'm going to move on a little bit here too. So, I talked about what different kinds of opt-ins you can create. We talked about the customer lifetime value and how you should build up to that lead magnet, or what you should do before having that lead magnet, right? But I want to talk about your lead generation funnel. And I put in here, you don't have to do this funnel. This one is an example of what you can do. But
I like this one.
You like this one?
I like getting them to a $20,000 mastermind. Who likes that idea? Say yes in the chat box.
And this is, the typical funnel, or, that some people do put out there.
Tamara says, heck yeah.
So your, basically this is how it works. Your step one would be your front end, and that would be your mini course upsell. You could be free to $12. You know what I mean? At some point, you want to make sure you start optimizing your opt-ins at the beginning, because people will pay for them, and you don't know until you try. So you don't always have to put out your free ebook. You don't always have to do it, but it helps when you're first getting started to do a freemium. But as you gain online presence and you gain following, you're going to want to start charging up front at the beginning of your funnels. Okay. So this front end one, the mini course or whatever you're going to offer, is between, free and $12, I would say. And, this goes into that, if anybody knows about it, but like a quad funnel type deal. And Rhonda could tell you probably about that. Mm-hmm. But from there,
I want to answer Lisa Rice's question. Have you actually gotten people to that $20,000 mastermind? She said before this was an example, but I can tell you, Lisa, that one of my coaches, my business coach, she charges more than that. Mm-hmm. And she's full. She only has room for 12 people.
Yeah. There is plenty. I know plenty of coaches who are using funnels like this, and they're definitely killing it. With the 20K mastermind. I have a lady I spoke to the other day, and she wanted $48,000 for her time.
Yeah, there are people who are getting $100,000 a year from one client.
Yeah,
but that's who they work for. Mm-hmm. So it's deciding. Yes, they do get results, absolutely, and that's why they get to charge that, because they have a very clear
message.
Yes, clear
visibility, online presence. Everything is on point with those people. I mean, you know what? There's even one lady, like her, from what I can see, like her online presence isn't that strong, but she's still making the money with the so funnel. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So
that's because of other things that she's doing.
Yes. I believe she's more proactive out in the field versus in an automated system. So, it all depends. And some people are really vets at this, been doing this for years and years and years. Of course, they can do a 20K mastermind with no problem. You know what I mean? I think Michael Ozier would be like the perfect example of that.
Yes.
So, from there you have your front end, this is just basic steps. And then from the front end, you probably have something like a do it for you service, or some type of affiliate that people can get into.
Give me an example of that.
Let's say you have a joint venture deal with somebody else, or you're an affiliate with somebody else. You can upsell into that. You can do it for you services, like, it would go along with a mini course, or it's just something that they can do it for themselves, or you do it for them. I don't know. I got lost, so I was talking about. Hold on, guys.
No, you're just talking about some people they will have more than one.
Yes.
Front end. So a client can have a little taste of what you do here, and then they get a bigger bite here. This is where you're talking about the quad that I use.
Yes. Or they have, like, let's say you're a holistic type coach, right? And you have Amazon products, or you have these, different yoga, whatever type deals. You should affiliate for them and upsell into those different items. You could add that at your front end. Make sense?
Through your mini course.
Yes.
You're constantly upselling to the next thing.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
And you're just including this in your funnel, because why make Amazon money for free? You need to get your affiliate on with that. And then a DFY is a do it for you services, where you're gonna do it for them or work with them, or however that's gonna be at that point. Mm-hmm. Okay.
A lot of coaches that wouldn't really apply.
Yeah.
Because we're offering coaching.
Right. So, that would be, upsell to your coaching packages, or upsell to, an hour of your time or something.
Well, now you can upsell a first coaching session.
Yes.
Okay.
Got front end. There's just something right there. Like, it's so hard with sales funnels because everybody has a different type of business.
Okay.
But that's usually, if you have your front end one, which is like your mini course, your freemium, your whatever it is. And then you have your front end two, which is your affiliate or your do it for you services or your coaching session, whatever comes next. Okay. Now, let's say that you upsell them on, the affiliate or the coaching services. Okay. Give me 1 second. Oh, crap. Sorry, guys. I'm going to drop this stuff. But let's say, everyone, cannot afford whatever your product is, right?
Okay.
So at that point, they're going to click the little blue link under the big red button, and they're going to say, no, thank you. I just want that, whatever mini course or whatever I'm trying to get right now. So at that point, you want to make sure that you have something that comes up and it has a sweeter offer. Okay. And that should be, something that's sweeter, like, instead of an hour, I'll give you an hour and 30 minutes, or I'll give you 2 hours, or, like this is just this one time, I'm going to break this down just a little bit further for you if they click that no thank you button. Okay.
So it's an irresistible offer that if they say no thank you, you're like, well, hold on a minute, but there's more.
Right.
Now, listen, you guys know what she's talking about because you've done this. You've opted in to these type of things, right? So where it tells you they're going to take away the deal or they're sweetening the deal that they just offered. So,
yes. And this is just a basic funnel, you guys. I just wanted to lay it out so you can look at it as a whole for, to see how you could fit it in. And then, this is really good information to have because some people don't know how they structure their funnels,
Right.
So
some of us are just throwing stuff out there and hoping something sticks.
Exactly. Without it's not complete.
Right.
So, the next part of this funnel is your break-even point, right? Your break-even point, which is going to, cover your marketing, cover everything that you're doing. That's the break-even. And these are the ones where you can offer your course. If you have an e-course, you can offer your mastermind, your 3-day live event, your 6-week certification, whatever comes next in your value ladder. That's where you're going to want to place this in the funnel. Okay. So, that can be, you can offer a starter and a pro. I just put that on there so you guys can have some ideas of how you can break that down. Because you do 2 different, coaching packages if you wanted to at that point. But that's going to be somewhere where people are be like, wow, I got the mini course. I got, I bought the upsell or, I bought the downsell. I really like what they're doing. Let me purchase the funnel. Okay.
Yeah, Lisa Rice clearly has had similar experiences with throwing stuff at the wall. So are we at the home study course area if we're looking at the ladder as an example, in this example, the break-even funnel that you're talking about, the course?
Yes. So in this ladder, as you can see, the front end is the free and shipping book offer, right? The front end 2 is the audiobook upsell, right?
Okay.
I don't believe there's not downsell on this ladder, but you get to the point where there's a break-even funnel, and that's the home study course. Okay.
Got it.
And then their back end 1, could be that 6-week certification or whatever they have going on, 6-week group coaching, whatever you want to put there, right? And then, back into your 3-day events or, whatever, is that's between the $500 range or more, right?
So you're going to give them something extra for, so you start off with, here's my course for $600. And they're like, no, thanks. You're like, but wait.
Yeah.
I'll even throw in this.
Yeah. And this can happen it doesn't happen all at the same time. So don't think like you're clicking, and then all this pages are coming all at one time. There's also email sequences that have to be thought about and implemented into this. Right. So.
But you're giving us the basic outline and the basic picture of it. So I appreciate that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So sorry guys. And then, your back end 3, that's your mastermind. That's your 20K, whatever that 20K mastermind that we all want to do. You're building up the momentum for people to run through each of your products and then eventually say, I need Rhonda. I need her in my life every day. I need, I need to give this lady my 20K and so she can help me to get to the next level.
Okay, so I've got to go start working on my mastermind, y'all.
Absolutely necessary.
Okay, so if you guys have questions, she's showing you the basic outline for a funnel for creating that premium offer. So you guys, can you see the basic strategy or the basic look? Because what she's giving you is 100. She's got strategic high, so she's giving you 100,000 foot view.
Yeah, I'm probably flying above everybody. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Barry is getting it. He says yes. So let me know what kind of questions you guys have, because now you have the master here on the line. So Lisa's getting it too. Good.
Definitely. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. So, here's the phases you guys are going to want to go through now that we, have an idea of how, a sales funnel is structured a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's your funnel. Phase 1 is your funnel strategy. That's your big picture phase. Okay. And it's the easiest to skip on, but the most important to get right. And the reason why I say that is because if you look at how strategically placed the value ladder is up here, and then you look at how they structured it with the lead generation funnel below, for example, you're going to see that it's super strategized out. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It's thought out completely from beginning to end. And that complete funnel is what you're going to want to have as an end product, because that's what's going to make you money when you go to automate. So, this was about opt-in simplicity, but I'm getting into a little bit more than that. Because, opt-in simplicity, it leads your customer to the end goal. And I would like for everybody to understand that it's about getting people to the end goal, and that's making the money at the end. Lots of
Right.
So you need to have a complete, well thought out funnel. It's not just something you're like, oh, this sounds like a great idea, and I'm just going to throw it out there. It's like, no, you want to make sure that you have your upsells, your downsells, and that every way that you can potentially make money is included in your funnel, and that it's planned correctly. With phase 2, the funnel implementation part, this is going to be your minimum viable product version of your funnel. So that'd be like probably the first funnel you're going to get out there, and then you're going to tweak it and add more to it later. But let's say right now, majority of you guys have a funnel that goes direct to your 30-minute free coaching. Well, that's your minimum viable product, right?
Like the minimum you've got to get. What you're saying is the minimum that we put in our product now is something for free.
Yep. Whereas when you upgrade it, you're going to now include your opt-in, right? Which is, I always like to say mini course because I love mini courses. I think that they do the best, and they give the most value as far as people getting to know, like, and trust you, and to build momentum. So, that can be, included with the minimum viable product as the first version of the funnel. It just depends on where you're at. 9 times out of 10, majority of you guys already have a minimum viable product version of your funnel at this point.
Yeah, you just may not have the right one, is what she's trying to share with you. Right? So Barry is asking a great question. He says, is there a typical time phrase from phase to phase, like moving someone from the start of a funnel in your free thing? Is there a typical time frame to move forward into a big mastermind that you're charging great money for?
It depends on the funnel and how it's strategized out. Every funnel is different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Barry, the way that people build out a complete funnel like this, it's with the assumption that the client will turn down your first offering. Mm-hmm. But they want to opt in. They want to see it. So they want to look at it and go, no, thanks. And then they want to hear from you. And then once they hear from you about why you should opt in to the next step, then they're like, well, all right, I'll give them $12. Mm-hmm. And that's how you capture them. So there's not a typical, you can't say there's a typical time phrase necessarily, except that there is an email sequence. And so it's going to depend on how that's structured. Because remember, you guys, a lot of times if you are talking to these people that you don't know, right? That's the assumption. You don't know these people. And you're bringing them in and giving them an opportunity to know you, to like you, to trust you, to try some of your products, even free, like a freemium. It takes time to move them through the process to where they do know you, like you, and trust you enough to actually spend that kind of money with you. People who buy, like the mastermind that I know of, people who buy that program, they've typically been in her processes for about 2 years. So they've been hanging around with her for a while. They've gotten lots of good content. They've bought her book. They've bought her minimum program and so forth. Anyway.
Well, and it takes a lot. Some people are quick to buy. They're very quick to get to your 20K. But then there's other people who will stand back and they'll watch. And, you just want to keep them in your funnel one way or another. That's why it's important to have it thought out what all products you're going to have, because you don't want to just be like willy-nilly creating products and then adding it to your funnel and then hoping that it works. You want it to have it so that it's already automated, it's already working. You don't have to think about it anymore. Because if you're sitting here worried about your funnel all the time, and you do want it to, yes, you do want to worry about it and make sure it converts and all that at the beginning. And once you get it to where it's scaling, then you want to be able to just like set it and forget it, right? And that does take time to do. But what I'm trying to say is that the ultimate goal is that you get your funnel running so that you don't have to be working in your business. You can be working on your business. Make sense?
Well, no. Yes, it makes sense. The problem is that it is foreign to us because coaches want to coach. They don't want to be dealing with all of this funnel stuff. So a lot of us are still learning. So Paige Patton has a great question. She says, if I'm aiming more for consulting and coaching with organizations rather than individual coaching, would the freemium be a lunch and learn?
Lunch and learns are excellent. Lunch and learn.
Are you talking about a live one, Paige, or I would think that you would.
I mean, if you do a lunch and learn over Facebook Live and invite everybody, get them on a chat bot or get them in your email list or whatever, those work really well. And I understand you guys are coaches, so the ultimate thing is that you want to coach people. But I'm offering solutions that are going to gain you money while you're in between, and that it's going to pre-qualify your leads before they get to you. You know what I mean? Because when you start running your business online, the whole goal is to make money. So, if you have several different packages, lunch and learns work terrific. If you want to go back up here and you look at this, you can throw your lunch and learn as a free opt-in to get people in and then upsell them accordingly. Or you can, do your online lunch and learns and then upsell them. Lunch and learns are really good. I do lunch and learns myself.
Hey, Richard is asking, what's a lunch and learn? Hey, guess what? You're on one. That's what we're doing here. Technically speaking, we're doing a lunch and learn.
Yeah, technically. It's just a quick signature presentation to get people to know you and trust you and, see you in person.
Yes. So for you, those of you who are looking at doing something live and in person, think about what it would be. What can you provide a company that is high value that would then give you the opportunity to offer them something else? So that's what a lunch and learn. And in fact, I'm going to say this. I started my entire business was with a lunch and learn over StrengthsFinder 2.0. I took the book. I made everybody buy the assessment. Well, I made them buy the book. And this has been 5 years ago. And I did a 90-minute lunch and learn on it. That's exactly how I built my business. It is offering something free out in the marketplace, which is different than having somebody come in and doing a free coaching call. Quite different. Okay, Delilah, where did you go? Did I lose you? Oh, you're muted.
No, I muted myself.
Okay.
So the next part I want to get into, is these different little steps, because I don't want to keep everybody all day because this is kind of a long deal. But the last part of this, I want to take you guys through these few different steps. These will help bring it together. So, a complete sales funnel, I want everybody to know it has 5 steps. As you guys can tell from earlier with the example, your lead magnet, your front end funnel, your core funnel, your back end, and then your continuity. Continuity basically means something that is like a subscription where they're going to pay for it every month. It's a continuity type deal. It's something that's going to happen all the time.
And that's great money.
Yes.
Subscription is a good opportunity for consistent money.
Yeah. And it's something that, all coaches could probably come up with a deal for, like, a coaching community that's on a subscription basis. Your packages where they're working with you on a subscription basis, or some type of continuity program. And you don't want to start out with everything at the beginning. That's really important to, out of all this that I'm telling you today, you can't start out with everything at the beginning. And that's why I was talking about the your minimum valuable product funnel. That's where you're going to start. And then you're just going to build upon that as much as you can, one at a time. But you first are going to create, a 2-step funnel first. And that's going to have your lead magnet, which is going to be your freemium or your low offer product. And then you're going to build them up into your core funnel, which is going to be your coaching services or your coaching packages or whatever, coaching, maybe your online do-it-yourself coaching program. So, later you're going to add a front end, a back end, and a continuity later as, you have gone on here in the process.
Okay.
So a lead magnet, I believe at this point, everybody understands what a lead magnet is, but just in case you don't, it's something that doesn't cost anything, and it filters out the wrong people and pulls the right people in closer to you. Okay. So this is your item that people are going to download. This is going to be your tasty content, the good taste of Rhonda Boyle, whatever it is that you can build that know, like, and trust factor. Your lead magnet needs to be about you. In some essence, you and what you know. And like I said, video, like a video course where you're talking to them or whatever, and showing you in action. It does the magic, I'm telling you. So your offer formula, goes like this. And I made sure I highlighted this in here, or I put this in here because this is super important. All right. You want to highlight the pain that your target audience is experiencing in your offer. Okay. They're not, for me, it's not enough sales. For you guys, it's probably needing help advancing to the next level. That's why you need a coach. There's probably several different, pain points that you can get there. Let's Rhonda, let's talk about a few different pain points that your audience may have with these guys being coaches. I think that might be valuable for them to, sit down and strategize about real fast.
I do too. So let's brainstorm about it right now. What is your ideal client experiencing? What are they frustrated about right now? Paige, they can't break the glass ceiling. I don't know. I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
I know Alan had to leave. She's a nonprofit. She works with a lot of nonprofits. So
okay.
Their problem would be maybe a lack of or too much drama. Okay, Lisa says she has 2 companies that have come to her and not expressed frustration, but they want to deepen strengths.
That's a pain point.
Yeah.
They want to deepen strengths in their company. They want to organize their teams. They want to, those are pain points. Those are pain points. Pain points don't have to be about frustration.
Finding happiness in life, the performance review time, they have no idea what to write up for their boss, and they feel uncomfortable describing what they did and did well. Overwhelm and too much change.
Nice.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, she's just saying, frustration is an okay word, Lisa.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be. Point. Yeah.
Frustration, a pain point is something, that they need, that they want. It's a pain, like, deepening strengths in their companies. That's a pain. How do I deepen, my company's strengths? Yeah. My
engagement. Yes. So Barry, what's the pain? So this is where you really have to, just saying, that you want to help companies build engagement, that does not speak to the company. Yeah, lack of engagement doesn't speak to the company either. The problem is, what's the real problem? They have a retention problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they're losing employees. They're hemorrhaging because it costs them. And then here comes another pain point with the money involved, because it costs them X number of dollars. And here's a good question. What does it cost you to onboard a new employee? That would be a question for your clients that you're looking for higher engagement. Okay, so Paige says not having the culture environment that sustains and supports women in leadership once they get there. Yes. So that's the pain point. Paige is talking about that glass ceiling. Like, what is it? Why do we keep bumping up? Why do you keep bumping up against that ceiling?
Yeah. You know what, Rhonda, this is something that they would need to sit down with you about, because you understand this, like all this pain points in this industry. That's really good. I like this. This is really good thought process. Yeah.
So, Richard, they are having trouble attracting good candidates to their business. Your ideal client is what? Is it a salesperson? Is it a sales manager? I'm just asking for the point of getting down to the head teachers.
Head teachers. What is?
I'm not sure what a head teacher is. You're in the UK.
Yeah, that is UK.
Is that a headmaster? So that would be a principal in our language, I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So what is the pain? What is the problem being caused by them not being able to attract good candidates? So you've got to really turn it around, because guess what we get to do? We get to dig in and make it even more painful by reminding them of the pain. And then guess what? We're right there with the solution, Delilah, right? Which is the next part of this.
Yep. Number 2, name a specific solution. So you guys, you're 2 steps into your offer if you're strategizing with us right now. All right.
Okay. Now, so what is the solution? Here, Tamara says one team she's working with is struggling to sell her school and the U.S. overall to international families in the context of bad reports and inclusion around foreignness. Okay, so you're selling a school. Help me understand. You've got a school and you're selling your school to people internationally to come to the United States. Okay. So you're an international recruiter. So the pain point is they're worried about their foreignness.
Yeah.
So what's your solution? Richard, what is your solution to the schools that can't find principals? Paige, what is your solution for supporting women in leadership? This is the questions you guys get to answer. What is your solution, Martin, for helping people with less stress? So, Barry, what's the solution? The solution is building engagement. Yeah, right? The pain point is lack of retention or whatever. They can't keep good talent. Their best people are leaving. And the answer is to build. That's your solution, is building. And then, Michelle, finding happiness in life. So what's the problem? People are unhappy. So the solution is, that's what she's asking you to find, the specific solution. Okay, so go ahead.
Right.
The list of
Yep. And at the end, the knowledge that you're giving them, you are the solution. Remember that.
That's right.
Your answer, your process, your solution is the solution. You are the solution. All right. So
yeah.
Now you guys are, once you got that solution in mind, make a list of the benefits, not features, that your solution provides. Okay. What is the benefits, and make sure that you're thinking of unique benefits unique benefits that your competitor is not going to basically be giving, to, you know, to you working with you and to being the solution. Okay.
Right. So, Tamra, for you, it would be making a list of the benefits. Let me see. She says, I'm reading here, creating a new language to implement. Yes. Yeah, Tamara, I got that. I'm just going back to your example of recruiting international students, which is what I understand that you're looking to do. And so what are the benefits? I mean, why should they choose your school? What are the benefits of your school? Not talking about the school itself. So it would be something like inclusive environment, high attention to cultural needs. I'm making this up. Benefits, meaning something like long-term support for the management team. Yes, Lisa. What? Yeah. How would that? Okay. So then you get to showcase the value. What's the value of long-term support for the management team? I'm moving to number 5.
I see you. Number 4.
I'm sorry, number four.
Yeah. It's fine. So
well,
yeah,
I mean, it dovetails.
showcase
See how
the value.
they go together, though. That's how important it is. Okay.
Look how much you're all over this, Rhonda. You got this. Let you do it.
No.
So to showcase the value, what guarantees, you know, you want to put in there some type of risk reversal. Why should they choose you? You don't, you know, what's, you know, because people are going to think about, you know, okay, so I've done this in the past with other people, and, you know, there's this risk involved and this involved and all that negativity. At that point, you want to you know, you want to showcase the value and negate that risk in their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Lisa's asking, what's the guarantee? How can they guarantee? Because, you know, we really can't guarantee things in coaching. So how would we establish showcase that value?
Well, you got to be able to think a little bit ahead of the, you know, the person, and, you know, they're going to have things that they're going to in their mind as they're going through your offer, or going through your mini course or whatever, or, you know, as to why they wouldn't want to work with you. So you want to kind of think ahead of what those, I can't think of the word would be, Rhonda, risk, negative, like negative thoughts, that negativity that is going to be coming to mind. You know what I mean? Objections.
Oh, yeah. So establishing the value is where you're going to be going in, and no, she's not talking about a money back guarantee, Lisa, although that is certainly a possibility for if you have a digital course or something like that. No, what she's saying is when she says showcase the value and the risk reversal, like, what's it going to cost them if they if they don't work with you? What's it going to cost them? And yes, Gallup provides the data. Paige, thank you. Gallup provides the data we can use as a guarantee through decades of research. Yes, so that's what she's talking about. You know, can you afford to not do this work with me? That's what she means when she's talking about risk reversal and so forth. Like, what's the pain if they don't make the change? Correct,
right,
Delilah?
what's the pain if they don't choose your solution? You know what I mean? You guys will probably see like whiteboard videos where they'll say like they'll give you all the pain points over again to what's going to happen if you don't have, you know, pick up on the solution. You know, they probably do it like 50 times. I like what Tamara's saying. Can you afford not to work with me and get access to these robust benefits? You know, like this is something that you need because you already hit on their pain points. You already told them a solution. Now you're just showcasing the value and, overcoming those objections that are going to come to mind. Okay.
She's putting a note to self in there, and we don't want every student.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You don't. Now you want to establish your position. You know, your offer is going to establish your position as a trust where, know, like, and trust authority, that you are experienced. and so many things, So it's important that you position yourself somewhere in there. A lot of people make a lead magnet and not even put themselves on their lead magnet. So you want to at least highlight yourself, somewhere on there with some type of sales copy that says, hey, come and get whatever, you know what I mean? Or come
Right.
get go to my next level. Like, what's the next step in your value ladder? You want to put that in there, or how they can, reach you. Make sure you include those different type of things in your offer. It's super important because that helps them to take the next step. And you make sure that, pro tip, make sure that they're hyperlinked in a PDF, if it's a PDF, or it's hyperlinked somewhere where they can reach next to you. All they have to do is click a button and get started,
Yeah. So if you're sending them something free or at low cost, make sure they always can track back to you.
Exactly.
Got it.
All right. And then utilize specificity. Okay. And that's your avatar, your specific copy towards your audience. I think that one speaks for itself.
Well, you have to speak to one person. And I think that's part of the problem that a lot of coaches, in my experience, the ones that I've worked with, is that they are aiming their copy at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When you're not talking to everybody, you're talking to one single person. Let me catch up here quick on the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Richard is asking, what about being paid against performance metrics? Reducing recruit? Absolutely. Yes. As far as he's saying, passing on the financial benefit as the coach makes the real cost impact. Are you saying wait and get paid on your results? I'm asking if that's what you're saying. And then Lisa, tell me, you say, which one do you not understand at all? The utilize specificity?
The avatar.
The avatar. And
okay.
Avatar, so where does that, I don't even know where that word comes from except
it's a marketing term. So basically what an avatar means, this is something that Russell Brunson basically put out there. But an avatar is, you're going to sit down and you're going to create an avatar of your ideal client. You're going to give them a name. You're going to put down their interests. You're going to put down their likes and their not, and all that different information. So that when, their pain points are going to be there, and it's just going to be like a rap sheet, like for your perfect ideal client. Yeah, I don't know if any of y'all are authors, but they do that for their characters.
Yeah. So you're asking if we use this model of giving away service. Are you saying? He's saying being paid against performance metrics. Richard, quite in transparency, I have analytical number 32, so I'm not going to be able to talk to you about that particular, but I understand what you're talking about. And he's saying more clients, higher or lower income. So you're saying that you've got a coach who works like this with pharmaceutical clients. So they're providing some type of metric. That's a long way till payday. That's all I'm thinking about that. That's what's coming up in my head, is that the person who's doing that, yes, they have got to be so expert in their field, and their metrics have to be so clear and concrete that they're able to substantiate their income.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you're talking about. And in coaching, from a personal standpoint, I personally have not done that. I mean, I know I have clients who make, tens of thousands of dollars more quickly. But that's, I really am a small group coach and or one-on-one coach. And so everyone is different. The person you're talking about is in a pharmaceutical industry, and they have some different types of metrics that they can probably measure against your coaching. That's about as close as I'm going to get, I think, to answering that.
I do digital marketing. So I don't know all that either.
Okay. Yes, but you know what? Here you're getting ready to talk about it. Oh, you do somewhere else. You're talking about measuring the data, but we're not going to really get into that on this call today.
No, not today. So,
Okay.
I just want to go over the last two here. We talked about the avatar last, but you guys, you want to include urgency and scarcity when it's appropriate. You don't want to do a scarcity statement and say, like, I only have 10 spots available when you actually have 20. People can see through the BS. You know what I mean? But, you want to include some type of urgency for people to take advantage of your offer. You don't want to leave offers just hanging there in the wind and, and have a anytime, you want to type feel to it, because then anytime to them is like whenever they want, and they're not going to take action quick enough for you, and you're not going to make money. So you want to make sure you include an urgency in your offer. And then make sure, the last part, address your objections directly.
So Lisa's asking a great question. How do you state scarcity for a large company that wants to deepen their strengths? So Lisa, one way could be, this is just something that pops into my head, is in the contract, you can say something like this investment or this offer is only available until. So you give them that would be a way of adding scarcity. Like, I need to know this price that you've asked me to do this, and add this to the package that I'm working with you on. And so I'm happy to do that. And this is good. I need to know. That's kind of what you're saying. I need to know by X date. And that's how you would put scarcity in.
Right. These are different sales tactics, and you're bringing this into your opt-in or your offer, opt-in lead magnet that you're going to be creating. So, scarcity can, it's when appropriate, because sometimes it's not appropriate to have it. So it's not always going to fit into your model.
Yeah, I'm not giving you guys a limit on when you can go get my tip sheet. Like, you better get it today or it's gone forever.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So, I'm going to scroll over this, but, with the front end funnel, your front end funnel sells a front end product, as we saw earlier with the example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, and it usually an entry product. And I also put in here, like your tripwire, which is usually your entry product or something that upsells. And then there's a few different ways you could do your front end funnel, basically. Now, there's two reasons why you would create a front-end product: to qualify your buyers, like I told you guys earlier, and then generate your ad spend back, especially if you're running Facebook ads. You won't generate all of your ad spend back through the front end, but you'll at least accumulate majority of it. If you get it all back at the front end, then you're doing fantastic. So that's why, an upsell is important in your funnel. At the front end, and that's, if you're going to do the video, the $12, whatever it's going to be, because if you're running ads, you want to make sure that you are accumulating enough in your ad and in your sales to cover your ad spend.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
A lot of this is confusing so you guys, if you're confused, it's okay.
Yes.
I just want you to know it is. It takes time to learn this whole process and to understand. So, like, most people don't even know what a tripwire is.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll tell you. You have clicked on one. I can promise you have.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know. You're not calling it that.
Yeah. And then, your core funnel is your main product or service which you want to offer your ideal client. Okay. Then, D, your back end funnel. So when someone buys your main offer, how do you increase your customer's lifetime value? It's easier to sell an existing competitor than selling to a cold lead. Okay. And that's where your emails come in, which is important for you, which is why it's important for you to have an opt-in that's collecting name and email, giving a freemium or upselling into a cheap product. Okay. A back-end offer could be a coaching, or your consulting services, or higher-end price products, or a live event like a mastermind or conference. I think we went through all that, so it's kind of repetitive. Then, like I said, your continuity funnel, which is something that's going to be reoccurring revenue for you every month.
Continuity funnel. You're talking about adding on a like a subscription model.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm. So I put down here, this is the PDF that we use in my group, and I put down here, a little bit of homework that you guys can run through. And I'm going to say for these group of people who are on here right now, if you guys wanted to sit down and run through this with me, I would be more than happy to do that with you. All you got to do is go to my connect.delilahcordova.com and schedule a time. But I'm also going to say that with the next couple of weeks coming out, I have the Charlotte. I'm director. I just got promoted to director of the Charlotte Black Film Festival.
Wow, good for you.
Yes. So with that being said, my time for the next couple of weeks is very strained. So, but after the film festival is over, I'll be open again. Mm-hmm. And then we'll also be opening up the strategic group coaching again. God, what was the date for that? March 19th will be the next group. And,
I think April 19th.
Yeah, April 19th.
Yeah.
Yeah, April 19th. And we'll be opening that up again. And you guys can all come. I'm offering it for only $197, and it's 6 weeks of working with me. And going through, it's a step-by-step process. Rhonda, I'll give you the link to that to send out an email for this.
Okay.
For those who are interested in that. We already have a few other strength-based coaches taking the course.
Yeah.
And I believe they're getting where they got to go. It's up to them.
You guys, this takes time. This is not something that you can throw together in an afternoon.
Exactly.
And I think that's where the frustration is it feels like it's so hard to do because it takes so much time. It really takes planning. Mm-hmm. And I think that with some of the programs that you offer for us to do it ourselves, well, you're charging people a whole lot less than what I paid you. I'm just saying. So you guys, she's got some great training available in a private group. So
yeah, and we do.
Yeah.
The private group we do, I do 2 coaching sessions with you. The goal is that by the end of 6 weeks, you guys will have your funnels up and running, and or you guys will be farther ahead than when you started. It ultimately depends on you guys at the end because I'm not doing it for you. But I also offer VA services. So everybody in my group who joins my strategic marketing group gets discounted VA services at $10 an hour. So if you need graphics made, you need help automating your calendar, you need things, all those different little things that a VA can do, they are available. My team is available to help you to get that done. But ultimately, you get coaching, you get the group coaching every week, and then you get the 2 individual coachings with me. You get the VA services, and the whole community type deal. And I believe that, to me, when you're first getting started like this and you're building all this out, that people are coming along and they're asking for a lot of money to do this for you. But if you do it yourself and you take the time to learn how to market yourself and how to sell yourself, you will save yourself tons of money at the end because you're going to be knowledgeable.
You will be knowledgeable enough to hire someone when it's time and not get ripped off, because you'll understand more about the value of what it is that you're getting. Mm-hmm. Right? I mean, so that's one of it. One of the important things. So, well, you guys can tap into Delilah's opt-in at connect.delilahcordova.com, and I'm going to put you back in there I'll pop that link back in there. So that's literally an opt-in. You can opt in and to Delilah, and you're going to see her funnel by going in through that. So this is where you pay attention. And another thing that a tip that you've shared with me, Delilah, is that if any of you have maybe another coach or some type of system or coaching program that you like out there that you've opted into, pay attention to the emails that come through, because that's attracting you. Thanks, Paige. Good to see you. Good to see you, Martin. Thanks. So pay attention to those because they attracted you. Mm-hmm. So now you know a little bit more about what you're attracted to, so that you can start to now go out and attract your clients using a similar process.
Yes. And then Lisa, I like what she brought up, that she may not be charging enough or charging too much. Thing is, you can never charge too much if you're targeting the right audience.
That's right.
How much is your time worth to you? Mm-hmm. Don't undercharge yourself. If it doesn't make it, don't be the cheap coach. There's no reason for it.
Right. Mm-mm. We all probably need a whooping on that one.
And I've been my own victim too.
Hey, I get it. Oh, somebody's asking what's cheap.
Hey, that's $85 an hour is pretty cheap for a coach.
So Lisa, I don't charge by the hour. I've never charged by the hour. And I think if you go with package pricing, I think you're going to have you're going to see your hourly rate. If that's how you think, you're going to see that increase. But to figure out your flat fee, you use $85. Mm-hmm. Yes, Tamara, set yourself up for profit first. It almost costs you to run your business. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. You're too low, Lisa.
You are.
Listen, you're too low. You really are. She says thanks. Well, but now she's like, I don't know what to charge, You know
what? Here's a tip. So you have your business, right? And your business accumulates expenses. So look at your expenses and how much is that per month? That should be what your first package or whatever you're going to sell a product, that one package should pay that off. Now, if it's like $600, then you're doing something wrong with everything. But, you want to make sure you keep your expenses high, below. So like how much is your website costing you? How much is your email automation system costing you? How much is all this little stuff that's racking up that keeps you running online? How much does that cost you? And then that's what your package price should be, a little bit over, maybe mark it up about 30% in margin so that you make, some money off of that one call, at one session.
Wow. And then everything else is gravy.
Mm-hmm. That all you need to do is get one per month to cover your expenses. Yep.
One new client a month. You've got to go down and figure out, though, like she says, you've got to sit down and work through your expenses so that you know what your expenses are. And I think a lot of us don't even know that except once a year when we're looking for our write-up. Hello, maybe it's just me with the analytical low. So this is why we have partners, you guys, right? Partners who can help us with that, because guess what coaches do best? We coach. Right? So figuring out some of this is not always easy for us because it's not how we think. Tamara says 1 client per month that covers expenses plus a cushion. Maybe add in the tax man and your salary. There you go.
Boom.
So anyway, you guys, this is, really a high level overview of building out that funnel so that you do have a premium offer, something to offer people, so that you're clear and that they know without you being there what it is that you do and why they should choose you. So Yes. Good, good, good. I'm so glad that this has been helpful. We have more great content through the online SOAR events page. So I want to encourage everybody to check it out at SOAR. No. Let's see. It's called events.soar.com. And so be sure to check over there. I've got more training coming, probably a few more events this month, and then already booking things into April. And so, yes, please come and join us. And if you would like to know more about SOAR, I'm happy to help you with that too. Would love to share the benefits with you of SOAR Pro. And you can find out more about that and actually book a call with me at soar.rhondaboyle.com. So Delilah Cordova, last words, girl. We so appreciate you. Delilah's a regular guest coming in and teaching us amazing, great things. And I'm certainly grateful.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, you guys can reach me at connect.delilahcordova.com. Questions, I can answer questions for free. I don't mind getting questions. If you guys want to sit down and have some time, just let me know. I'm always, well, I'm not always available, but, you guys can get on my calendar. And then please don't reach out to me on the weekend.
It's all good. All right, you guys, final questions, anything else that you want to share? Otherwise, we are going to call this one good. And thank you so much for joining me. And we will have more great stuff. In fact, I've got a great event coming up on Thursday. If you are a faith-based coach, be sure to join the event coming up on March 28th at, I think it's at 11:30 a.m. and it's building a strengths-based faith community. So come join us. Yes, and I'm highlighting Barry on that. So good to see everybody. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Okay.